Beautiful new day.
Hey,
Hey, love.
what's up? What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you? Finally got you on the screen. Busy man.
Man.
How you doing today?
I'm great. How about yourself?
That's good. I'm doing good.
Good to finally meet you, like this, right?
Yeah,
Like just
yeah,
talking.
like face to face. Because we've been talking through messaging, but we never really formally got to meet. So yeah, it's nice to meet you. Hey,
That's
everybody, make sure y'all come in and follow. Okay, so welcome in. I want to start by saying to everybody that just came in, welcome to Moving Abroad 222. We are an international resource hub that pretty much shares stories of different people from all over the world who has moved abroad. Obviously, this is the podcast where people come on and share their journeys. We also give resources, information, and just all around inspiration, okay? So today I'm gonna have my guest introduce himself. We got a special guest. Introduce yourself for us.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Haas. I am from Buffalo, New York originally. Former athlete, played Division I basketball, and also professionally in Argentina. And now I'm an entrepreneur, and I am building a large sports technology company to help athletes maximize their earning potential in their small window of playing sports. And I currently move around the world and currently based in Cartagena, Colombia.
Awesome. Okay, I love it. Look, somebody sending fire signs. They said they feeling the vibes already.
That's what's
And we
up.
don't get many men on the show.
Why?
So you putting
Why?
on for the men because I try to get a lot of different like men,
Okay.
but I don't know what it is with their schedules or if they just too busy or if I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But you
Okay.
representing today because we don't get a lot of men, especially black men, melanated men. So you representing. I love
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I love to represent for us. You know,
it.
I'm a good example to represent for us. So,
Most definitely.
so
I agree. I agree. Start by dropping your page in the comments so everybody can follow. So I can, because they're gonna start asking, "What's his tag?" And I don't know why it doesn't really show up at the top. So I'm gonna just pin it.
all right, cool. So let me see.
Just type it in the comments, the at, and then
Okay.
I'll. Yeah, it should be pretty simple. Hey y'all, hey everyone coming in, come in, get comfortable. I know it's morning time where a lot of you are. Rich Risings, beautiful new day. I hope everyone's day is starting really, really well. Yes, our last guest. Yes, yes, it was the owner from Culture and Pattaya. Yep, he was the last male guest. It's hard to get the males. I don't know if
I
they
wonder.
feel like they too good or what, but
I wonder. I wonder why. I wonder why.
yeah, it's hard. It really is. I don't know why. A lot. It seems like women are more like available, and I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe the guys is just busy, you know. So I tagged his page in the comments so that everybody can follow. Okay,
Yeah,
we're gonna jump right in.
do it.
So I want you to share with us what life was like before you moved abroad, like the inspiration to lead up to the journey.
All right. So that's a good question to start off with. And I'm gonna start with a story, okay? Because I thought my life was really good, right? I was living in Buckhead in Atlanta, and I had got like my dream condo across the street from the Lenox Mall. I was living in a new building, and then uh, it just started to be more expensive than just lifestyle just started to be more expensive than I expected. But it just wasn't the expensive. It was that my purpose wasn't really aligning with what my lifestyle was basically, right?
Mhm.
So you can get wrapped up, and I've never really partied a lot, but you can get wrapped up with everything that's kind of going on in Atlanta and these big cities and things like that. And it was just all around me. And it wasn't necessarily like I was indulging in all of it, right?
Mhm.
It was just around me, and I couldn't find anyone that was trying to do anything purposeful with their life, right? So I went and started a box truck company because when you're in the States, obviously you're like, yo, you know what? Like I gotta make money. Can you
Yeah,
still see me? I had a call come in.
yeah, I can see you. I can see
Okay.
that.
Yeah. So you know you get wrapped up in trying to make the money, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my rent was $3,000. I'm buying clothes, like I'm just, I'm fresh. I love to be fresh, but and I've always been like that, but just my expenses just was crazy. And me now I'm like, yo, I'm not knowing, like not knowing that it's a completely different life. So I started a box truck company because not because I wanted to start a box truck company, because I wanted more money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for like 6 months, I'm driving around. I'm making pretty good money, 15, between 10,000 a month, sometimes about 17,000 a month or whatever. But that's gross. That's not like take home. I'm taking home 10,000 or we're taking home 17,000 or whatever.
Right.
So I'm driving. Yeah, so I'm driving around, and we had this. I had a partner, and we had this vision to build this box truck company for people with dreams, right? So basically, they only could work for us for no as long as a year, and in that year, they would just be kind of working on their dreams. But they had to, and then when they finished working for us, we would help them go out on, help them with a stipend for their dream or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? So say a guy be a recording artist or something like that, he would work with us for a year, and then after that time is done, we would give him like maybe like $3,000 for recording studios or something, to record his record or something like that, right? Well, we didn't even make it that far. I was like the test person to do it, so I'm driving around the country, and in April 2022, this is April 2022, I wound up getting into an accident in the box truck, and the freight came off of the pallet and bust through the back door. So I was on the road for like 21 days. I'm coming from New York, Pennsylvania area, upstate, like northeast,
Yeah.
and I'm listen, I'm in Charlotte, like I'm right in Charlotte, and somebody tell me like they beside me like pull over, so I pull over and I seen like it was like a spool of wiring, like it was like bust off. So when I stopped, the spool of wiring, because it's on a road thing, bust through the front of the cabin, break the window, everything. So I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So I go back there, and the door is busted out. Like the thing literally could have bust through the door and killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like it was bad.
It was
So
dangerous. Yeah.
yeah, it was very, very dangerous. So I wind up getting back to Atlanta, getting that thing off. I go to the mechanic. He like, yo, it's gonna take like 2 months to get fixed. I'm like, man, that's crazy, because I wanted to keep the money going. Now, mind you, trying to keep the money going, I'm losing my hair. Like I'm not healthy. None of these things. I'm not like spiritually good. I'm just chasing the money. You know what I'm saying? Because I got rent. I got all of these things. Like I'm trying to go to the Bills game or whatever in September. So I'm trying to keep the money going. The guy says, yo, it's gonna take 2 months or whatever, to fix the truck. So I was like, you know what? I want to go to Brazil. I ain't go to Brazil. I wound up going to Colombia because I wanted to stay close enough. Brazil was a little bit too far. So I'm like, yeah, because I wanted to get back in the truck. So I go to Colombia. Um, my profession is a filmmaker, and I integrated products into like media, right? So I've made a lot of money integrating products through media. So I've always told stories. So when I got to Colombia, I met this kid on the beach, and I always ask people like, "Yo, what's your dream? What you trying to do?" Especially athletes. Well, he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm a soccer player, but I gave up on my dream because I had to work or whatever for my to provide for my family." So I'm like, "Yo, would you mind telling me that story?" So he tells me. So he tells me the story. I'm sorry, it's long-winded, but
No,
it
you
kind
good.
of encompasses how I got to
Right.
Colombia, right? So he tells me this story, and after telling me the story, he's like, "Yo, I want you to meet my mother." So I go out. Now I got this camera. This is probably about $5,000 camera, and we go to his barrio, and I meet his mother, and she cooked me some food, like fish or whatever. And she tells me his story as well. Now, mind you, at this point, I'm using a translator because I don't know much Spanish or whatever. And he takes me to the courtyard. And when I go to the courtyard, it's like it's like some broken down basketball hoops. It's a little soccer thing or whatever. And word gets around the barrio, it's a gringo in the barrio. That's like his. I'm tall, so I'm like 6'6". So they like, yo, it's a gringo in the barrio. So all of these kids start coming, and I'm telling, they ask like, yo, I'm asking, yo, what's your dream? What's your dream? So from there, I was like, you know what? I never can go back into get into this box truck again. Like I have to, I have to move here and support dreams and tell these stories because that's really what I'm supposed to do. Like I would never even be in this barrio. And my rent and not my rent, but my lease was already it was up anyway,
Mhm.
right? So I'm like, so when I came back, so I was there for a week. When I came back, I was like, you know what? I'm about to sell the truck, and that's what happened. So I like, so yeah, so I
Wow.
like tried to I tried for like 50 grand or whatever, just to have a little bit of, you know what I mean, a little bit of leeway.
Yeah.
Moved out of there, moved out of the spot, and then yeah, like so that was May 2022. By July 2022, I was in Cartagena for my first 3 month stint with a lease, and the lease that I had got was like only $1,000 a month, so everything was just way cheaper. So
Wow.
that was how I got there. It was like, yo, I'm gonna tell stories of these athletes and help them uh, by supporting their dream. That's how I
Wow.
got there.
That's dope.
Sorry for the long-winded
No, no,
story,
no,
but
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
Don't apologize. I mean, that's we here to unpack it, right? You telling your
yeah, yeah,
story.
yeah.
So
I just
yeah,
don't
we
want
listen.
long-winded, because I can get long-winded.
No, I get it. I think
Yeah,
everybody can that come on here. We always say, okay, we're gonna do 1 hour, and then every episode goes an hour and a half, 2 hours, because I love what I do. So, and I'm a great
right,
listener. So I'm
right.
listening. The crowd
Yeah,
listening. We vibing. You good?
okay.
Okay, so wow, that was dope. So that was the motivation. It seems like
Yeah,
you had a plan, but the plan obviously did not go the way you wanted to go. And it actually shifted you into a whole totally different direction. And it was
yeah.
all aligned the whole time. I love
Well,
it.
so really the shift was that lifestyle because see I've been telling stories of young people whether they're disadvantaged and helping them do epic things for since like 2010. So
Mm,
for a long time. So I don't know what, I don't know, like what I thought was this. All right, you move into this a building like this, you can network and you can get, you can gain more relationships and you can gain more resources, right? But instead, it became to be more about lifestyle because a lot of those people that was in the building was scammers. It's not. It's smoking. A lot of that shit is smoking mirrors. A lot of it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so I'm a genuine person, so I'm thinking like, yo, like I got here because because I work hard, and like I want to meet people that's like me, that's trying to actually build something. Not so much for most of the people that you would meet. Most of the people,
mm,
by however they got in there, and they like, yo, it's time to turn up. You know what I'm saying? Like so, and that's what it really was. It's just a bunch of people turning up, drinking every day, and it was like like just partying. Like I mean, I'm talking about people that ain't had no jobs. They just like like just going in or whatever. So being around that and not being able to find your people because like I'm an impact person. I'm putting impact into the world, and I kind of just like not strayed away from it, but it really slowed down to like turtle status by being in that
yeah,
environment. Yeah.
yeah. Wow. Okay, I love that. Wow. You got a good I like how I like your steps that led you to where you are. I like that. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So let's jump into with leaving. Did you have to sell like okay, because people always like to know, did you sell everything clothes? Did you start over wardrobe? Did you start completely over? Did you just go with a suitcase? What was that like as far as your possessions, your belongings before you went to Colombia?
Yeah. So of course I started selling stuff, but it wasn't necessarily it wasn't necessarily about like trying to sell it to get the money. I had accumulated so much stuff, and I knew when like I'm like, yo, I don't need all this shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I'm like, yo, I got all of these sneakers. I had about 40 pairs of sneakers. I'm like, I don't need all of this stuff. So I just started moving. I just started, like just selling stuff, everything. I'm like, yo, I don't need to live this way. So I really just I wanted to downgrade my life.
Downsized, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to, you know what I mean? Like I wanted to downgrade, just downsize my life so it can be more simple. So I'm like, yo, none of that stuff even made me happy.
Mm,
Being able to get all of those things, it still didn't. it still didn't make me happy. I wasn't fulfilled because I had this dream condo. I mean, everybody else would come in and be like, "Oh man, this is so nice." Like everybody, like looking on social media, they thought my life was great, but inside, I'm like, man, like this ain't it. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I was just like, I was selling everything. I was giving away stuff, all of that. I'm like, like getting rid of everything. So by the time I went over there, I didn't have much. Still don't.
Wow,
Like,
wow.
yeah, like
Yes, and
still don't.
I'm so happy you touched on that, because one thing I want to add is I feel like in the States we could overly consume. And this is something that I want people to pay attention to, how much we consume and how much we find purpose in ourselves through our material possessions. Like we define ourselves based on what we have.
For sure.
And what I see that everybody has in common that has moved abroad, it's like you get to that point where you realize it don't mean shit
Yeah.
and you want to release it. You want to downsize. You start realizing that there's so much more to life. So I'm happy that you touched on that, because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
facts. You get
It's a
what I'm
big,
saying?
yeah, it's a big thing. It's a big thing.
It
It's a big,
is. Okay, so with going to Colombia and the visa process and staying there, what was the process? Because I know that with every country is different. Can you share like the visa process? Did you get a visa when you first got there? Did you stay, leave again? Like what was your process for getting comfortable?
all right. So I found, so the first 3 months, right? So remember, I said I went there in July. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna test it out.
Okay.
So when I was there in May, I was like, because I'm looking, because so Cartagena is a coastal city, right? So it's on the water. So I'm like in this area called Boca Grande, and I'm like, man, like, and I'm seeing like uh stores and everything that's empty for rent. So I'm like, man, it would be dope to build a brand or whatever, like right on the beach, what have you. So I went to this place, and I'm probably sure I'm pretty sure you don't know about this place. This place is called Palenque. Have you ever heard of
No,
Palenque?
I haven't.
Okay, so Palenque is the first free black village of the Americas. It's like Africa out of Africa. It's like Africa in Colombia.
Mm.
So I went to this place called Palenque and I met some people. And on the way, the guy that took me, he spoke English. So we we established a relationship. And I'm like, yo, look, I want to look for some a place for my store and things like that. So that first 3 months, I'm like, let's just test it out. So then I knew that I'm like, all right, so just say I went in July, I could stay all the way until January, but then I can stay all the way until June. Because so that basically you can almost stay a year. So I was like, all right, I can either hack it that way, because at the time they didn't even have the digital nomad visa or whatever.
Okay.
And I didn't know if I wanted to actually be here for good. You understand? I
Mm.
was testing it out. So
Hmm.
the first 3 months, I was just testing it out without any visa or anything like that. And when I went back, so I left in September 2022, got more stuff together for January, and then went back. And then I was like, well, maybe I should get a digital nomad visa. Long answer is I never got a visa because I just hacked my way through it. You understand? And Cartagena is so close that I can just always hop on a flight. So when I hop on a flight, I would just go back and then it wouldn't count against my time.
Hmm.
You understand?
Hmm.
So that's so I would just so I would stay for long periods of time, 2 months, 3 months. Then I would come back for maybe a month or something like that because I also have family that I take care of. I would actually almost go back like every single month because it's only like 2 hours, 2.5 hours from Miami.
Oh,
So
wow,
that
yeah.
that proximity was what really helped me in that process where I'm like, yo, if I just went to Thailand, it's like, yo, I can't go back every month. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
Right. So that helped my process. So the options that you have in order to move to Colombia is the digital nomad visa. You can get a business visa. You have to invest like 25,000. You can get you can buy a house or whatever. I think that is it has to be above um I believe it's either $130,000 now. So student visa, things like that. So if I was, it would be one of those. But right now I'm not gonna get any visa because, like I said, that's kind of like how I hack it. I just come and then I go and then buy against my time. So if I stay a month, leave a month, I can still have the same amount of time. I don't need to be there for like 12 months or anything like that because I need to be mobile to be able to move around because I got to do business in the States anyway.
Right. Okay. So, question.
Yeah.
I know that in some countries they're kind of like locking down on like border runs. So, are they strict with that in Colombia? Are they strict with border runs, or they just let you do your thing, let you come and go?
I never had a problem. I never had a problem mainly because like if they asked me, I got videos to show exactly what I'm doing in Colombia. You understand what I'm saying? Like maybe passport bros, such as like that, maybe going there for what they go there for.
Right.
What I'm saying? So for me, like if somebody ever even questions, I just be like, look, this is the impact that I'm doing actually in your country. So they respect that right away. Like, and then like I had an office built out and everything, like, so like you can see we had a content creation studio, then we got an office side where we got, where we had our merch and everything like that. So just a little digging, they can know like, nah, this guy is not here for that. You understand? So no, I never had any problem. Even coming back to the States, nobody, they like, I think the States, they probably know exactly what you're doing. They're like, oh,
Right.
they
Right. They don't.
probably,
They
you
probably don't care.
you
People
go
make
back
it
and
seem
say,
like
yeah,
they do.
you go back to the camera, they be like, oh yeah, yeah, all right, Hassan,
Right.
go ahead.
Right, right, definitely.
So yeah,
Okay, so that's good insight though to know that. So for everybody that's watching that might be interested in Colombia, because different countries have different rules. So you said
right,
right now you're not really on a visa, and that works for you
yeah,
because you go back and forth between the states and Colombia anyway for business.
right,
So that works. Okay, cool. How is housing? How was housing when you got situated?
yeah.
Like, okay, so do they have agents that you can hook up with, or do you just find your place on your own? How was the process with your housing?
Yeah, yeah, good, great question. So, before I left the first time, like that first 7 days, that first week, I met another brother that just walking or whatever, and this was kind of like what had really opened my eyes is when I'm talking to him. I'm like, we just passing and just walking, and he like, I'm like, yo, you American? He like, yeah. So we get to talking. Like, where you from? From Miami. I said, oh, what you doing here? Well, I live here. This is what he's saying. I live here. I said, yo, get out of here. I said, how long you been here? So he telling me, I'm like, well, how did you do that? He like, so he tells me like, yeah, well, I got this, this agent or whatever. And I was like, well, how much you pay? He's like, y'all pay $1,000 or whatever. I'm like, yo, get out of here. So I was like, yo, can you give me her information? So I wind up getting a lease for the first 3 months in that same building that he lived in. And it was like right on the beach. So
Mm-hmm.
mind you, like I said, like I'm like, so I had the thing with the kid, went to Palenque. Then he tell me he live here for $1,000. I'm like, and I'm paying $3,000 in Buckhead. I'm all these, like, and I'm like, so I hit his agent. She found me a spot in that building, and so for that first 3 months, I stayed there. Now, when I came back, I had told the guy that I'm telling you about. He like, like we friends now. His name is Abraham, and I told him like, yo, look, I want to get a real spot, like like a place where we can do an office and we can really operate or whatever. So he started looking and things like that. So when I came back in January, I didn't get nothing. I was in a hotel because we were still looking. By March of 23, we found a spot in a barrio where, it was like an office at the bottom, but then it was an apartment and I stayed at the top. I stayed on the top apartment. So for the office and the apartment in the barrio was probably like about like close to, a little, maybe a little over $900 per month. So
Wow.
office that we built out, like I said, the content creation studio, and then we had an operating place for all of our inventory and things like that where we do our work. Then it was like, it's like a field in the front. It's blocked off, right? So nobody can get in. And then I just go upstairs to the apartment
Mm-hmm.
and just apartment or whatever. So I just walk right down the stairs and go to work every single day. And it's just super, super easy. So that was like 950. And yeah, that's yeah. So that's and then so and I was like got to be cool with the owner. and we just, he like, yo, I want you to stay here forever, because we planted our logos all over the building. People like, yo, who is this gringo in the neighborhood, so people just started to be, just be cool with me. And it was a basketball court that was like down the street, so I could work out. Everything just kind of was a smart fit that's around the corner. So I just really engulfed myself in the culture, and I was no longer in the tourist area. I was in the barrio. So
That's what
yeah,
I'm talking about.
yeah.
I think that's the
So
best thing to do is not to be around. Because me personally, when I tell like locals that I don't like being around foreigners, they be looking at me like, aren't you a
right,
fucking foreigner? And I be
right,
like, yeah, but y'all don't understand. I just prefer locals too. I
right,
do. I feel like
yeah.
it has such a huge impact and difference and effect
Mm-hmm.
on your experience. Don't you agree?
No, no, absolutely, absolutely. Well, mainly because I like. Is it like this for you, where it's like, all right, a lot of people you may meet, they just passing through, but when you live there, it's like, like, so people passing through, they got their own agenda. You know what I'm saying? What they trying to do.
Right.
If you here, so I tell like, yo, bro, I'm here, bro. I don't do touristy stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I do regular people stuff because I live here.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So I um, I agree. I agree 100%. I agree 100%.
I can relate to that too because it's kind of like when you submerge yourself into the culture, you're living like a local. So
Living
when
like,
people want to do all this exciting hype shit, it's kind of like, yeah, that's not really my focus. I'm trying to get grounded. I'm trying to
mm-hmm.
get focused. I'm trying to build because
Right.
that's what we came to do,
For sure.
obviously.
For sure.
Okay,
For
I love
sure.
it. I love it. So
Yeah.
you do pretty good with the locals, would you say? Like you do good
Yeah.
with the community locals, because that's
They
what I
love,
was gonna ask just
love me.
about your experience with
They
the
love,
community and the locals.
yeah. Yeah. They love me. They love me, and I love them,
Hmm.
I be laughing. I be joking, cause they be laughing at me, cause I don't, I don't know all the Spanish or whatever, and so, yeah, they be laughing at me. I be laughing at them, like it's like, man, these people, they good people, they real good people, help you out, people at the little, what we would call a bodega, you know what I'm saying, a la tienda, you know what I'm saying, that's a
Yeah.
store, right there, we just be having fun. It's just, we regular people, and they regular people, so I just kind of bond with them on that level. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing different. They don't look at me. They do call me gringo. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I leave for a couple months, they ask my homeboy, yo, where the gringo at? You know what I mean? So they call me gringo, but that's, it's all in fun.
Okay, I was gonna say, could you explain to the audience what that means? Because for the people who don't know that's watching, could you
Yeah.
explain and show them what that means when they identify you as one of those?
Yeah, yeah. So, gringo, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not disrespectful. It's just like saying you a foreigner, basically. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So
everybody
you,
that don't know.
yeah, yeah. So you're not. So I'm not Cartagenero. I'm not Colombiano. Like, I'm a gringo. Like, it don't matter whether I'm from the United States or whether I'm from Brazil. I'm still they still gringo. So, like, flip side, all of the migrants, they gringos too into America. You know what I'm saying? So, same thing. So that's what it means.
I learned about gringo first when it came to, was it Costa Rica? I think that's how I learned
Yeah.
about the term. I learned about it through Costa Rica. I was like, okay, so that's how I identify. But then I found out that it wasn't to be disrespectful. But I
Right.
saw, like, I was reading somebody comments, and a lot of people were like, why do they use that term? And a lot of people don't know what it means.
Right.
So thanks for touching on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so it was something I was about to ask you. Fuck, I totally forgot. I lost my train of thought. Okay, we'll come back to that. What I want to
Mhm.
ask next was like, have you share your like transparency, right? I want you to share your culture shocks that you first experienced when you got there. And then we're gonna go into cons pros. So let's do culture shocks first. What were the main culture shocks when you first got there to just
Yeah.
adjusting?
Yeah. Um, Culture shocks. It's a great question. So, I played basketball in Argentina, so it wasn't new to me to be, living in another country. So, culture shocks in Colombia. Hmm.
And you can have one. one too. You know, it's a
Yo,
lot.
okay, yeah. I got culture shocks in Colombia.
You said that was a
Maybe,
hard one.
yeah, no, it's a hard. I mean, it's a hard one because I didn't really go into it expecting anything, and it wasn't really nothing that kind of blew me away. So I'm trying, you know what I mean.
Got
So I'm trying to
it.
give you, yeah. So I'm trying to give you a honest answer. You know, like of something that really um blew me away. But it's nothing that I can think of off the top of my head that was kind of like, oh my God. It was, you know what I mean? Like like even people being poor, you
Mm.
know, maybe the most thing I can say, the culture shock would be from that village Palenque, honestly. That probably was the most, because I didn't know it was like real black people that was, you know, that just, because Cartagena is a port city. I can give you a little bit of history lesson real fast. Cartagena is a port city. So as we, you know, got to America through the transatlantic slave trade or what have you, a lot of that was going on. The slave trading was going on in Cartagena. So the leader of that village, the person that started that village, is a guy named Bacchus Baho, and he escaped from Cartagena and went into the jungle, and he started the village Palenque. So then what would happen is they would go back and go get more African people from Cartagena and bring them through the jungle as they building this, you know, as they building this civilization,
Mm.
right? How they would go through the jungle. This is really cool. Is that like the females would actually go and they will put the pattern, like the directions through their braids of how to get to Cartagena to go steal more slaves and bring them back to Palenque.
Mm.
So for me, that was the most culture shock I would say, if to answer your question, is that this little African village, it felt like I was in an African village in Africa or whatever, but they spoke Spanish and they were Colombian. That was the culture shock to me when I first went there. I was like, yo, this is wild. So that was probably the biggest culture shock that I can kind of say. And
Okay.
and you can't go to Palenque and live in Palenque. Like it's not possible. You have to be married to one of them. They have their own land allocated.
Okay.
It's their own thing. It's dope if you ever get a chance to go. Like it's, you know, we actually did a partnership with them for a whole merch line or whatever, because they also have a famous music group from Palenque that travels the world, and one of those guys became my friend. But that was the biggest culture shock, I would say.
Wow. And that's so unique because, you know, I feel like it shows how we are all connected. Because people don't understand, like, it's Colombians that are darker than me. And a lot of people feel
Yeah.
like, oh, we not like them, they not like us.
No,
But it just show you how connected we are.
no,
You
for
feel what
sure.
I'm saying? That's deep.
Sure.
That's culture. That's culture to the
Yeah.
next level. I love that because I wasn't knowledgeable about that at all. But it just
Yeah.
shows you how connected we are.
Yeah, the costeños, that's one thing I love about Cartagena is the costeños, they all got color.
Mm.
People I'm talking about, you'll see men and women that you'll be like, this nigga look like a nigga from where I'm from. I just like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you look like you look like my homie, you know what I'm saying, from where I'm from. Like you can see people like all the time. Like, yo, and I tell yo, bro, you look like somebody back where I'm from, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you speak Spanish, you don't understand. You don't understand the look at English. They'll look like somebody dead serious, like they look like from somebody from Detroit, somebody
Right.
from New York. Like it's crazy. So that's one thing I love about Cartagena. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you can see that, you know, that ethnic, that's the same as ours.
Yeah. And I hear that a
Yeah.
lot. Okay, so I've heard some negative things, so let's clear that up. So you
Yeah.
know, people say a lot of negative things about a lot of different countries, but they say that it's very racist there. So let's tap into that. Have you had any experiences personally yourself? Have you seen anybody else have any experiences? What's your perspective on that?
Yeah. No race for me. I only, you know, I only can speak for myself and anything that I've heard. For
Okay.
me, I've never been, I've never, like, actually, this is the safest I ever felt as a black man. I felt like a lot of weight, everything lifted off my shoulder. I could be me, like you know what I'm saying?
Jealousy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
it.
that word. Yeah, me, like, just 1,000%, right? Feel 100% safe. I ain't gotta worry about no fighting. I don't worry about like bucking up. None of that. I don't have to worry about none of that. Like, nobody bothers me at all. Nobody bothers anybody, that because it's a lot of expats in Cartagena as well, right? That live there.
Okay.
So racism, never really, never experienced it from what, I guess, I can tell. Now, mind you, my experience could be different. Everybody thinks I'm a basketball player. I am, like, I'm 6'6", right? So my experience could be different. Like, my light could be a little bit different. I don't know, because I've never experienced it. I only experienced embracement, right? Uh, so I don't know where the racism may come from.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I don't know why they would be racist, because that's a place where it's black people. Maybe in Bogota, where it's more white Colombians, it may be a difference, but Cartagena, we on the coast. So it's like, it's black people. Now, it is different for Colombians, darker Colombians. Okay. So you have, like, this more expensive areas, you don't see much melanin color because they can't afford it, because they're more poor. But
Mhm.
then you do have, what I'm saying, like, like the white Colombians or whatever, that also have the money, what I'm saying, that maybe from Bogota, Medellin, and they, but I haven't seen them say, like, be different, and I've only experienced it through sports, where they kind of all mix and mingle. I haven't seen nothing where they like, yo, you dark, so you don't get on the team or anything like that. I haven't experienced that. So I'm sure that's a thing everywhere in the world. I'm sure that's a thing here in
Yeah.
Cartagena, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But me personally, as an American, we like, well, it's changing though too. Like,
Yeah.
it's changing because the things that Americans come here and do, and we can talk about that in the pros and cons. But
Yeah. Yeah, we gonna go into that next. That's what we're
yeah,
gonna go into next. And then after that, we gonna go into mental health as a man abroad, a
yeah,
black man, okay?
yeah,
So with the pros and the cons, we can start with cons first, since you already
yeah.
touched on it.
Okay, so the first con that I'm gonna start with is dating. It's the first thing. That's the first thing I would start with. The cons is dating. Um, and I'm gonna be completely 100 transparent about this. Okay, when I first came, when I first went in 2022, it was completely different from now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Uh, Cartagena, Colombia is a big sex pat thing. Guys come to buy sex. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a place where guys come to buy sex and then go back. It's so close to America, they don't have to deal with the shit in America with the women. So he's like, yo, you got a passport, I'm about to just hop on a flight. Like, it's better for me just to pay or whatever, get my rocks off and go back. Some of these guys, they be back here, you know what I'm saying, and they think they got girlfriends, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and they just, talking to them, sending them money and things like that. So from 2022 to now, the dating has been kind of affected because guys in America send money to the girls or whatever, and it's a stigma that all the gringos is going to give them money or whatever, and then you don't know what girls are actually, like, not prostitutes, like, in reference to just a regular girl. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because so that's why, like, I wouldn't really even date anybody that I met in a common area, like, say, like a tourist area, because she been in some type of thing with some gringo that she's probably met, and he either sending her money, or, you know what I'm saying, or he paying her for, like, what have you. So the dating it's not the best. Like, you know, I think in like 2020, 2021, maybe 2022, you could have found a long, you know, a decent partner. But now I think it's really I think it's really going to be challenging to find the right partner. And I say that not because it's decent women. I say that because first off, from a American, it's money first. Then you have, as an American, now you have to vet them. Have they been doing shit that you know what I'm saying, like in the past, that you would be like, oh, hey, whoa, you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But then it's another side of it as well, where the higher upper echelons Colombian women that you would actually want, they're not going to even entertain a gringo because of the perception of a gringo. Does that make sense? Yeah, yeah, I can see you. I can see you.
Okay, okay,
I can
okay.
see
I thought I
you. Yeah,
turned my I'm on live, so you got to stop calling because you're gonna keep knocking me off. I called you before to tell you that. Peace. Damn. Yeah, it's like you get prepared. You let them know, hey, I'm about to, because a lot of my
yeah.
family and friends call around this time.
Right. Okay, okay.
I'm trying to let them know Thursdays I'm busy,
Right,
but
right,
okay.
right.
Sorry
Yeah,
about that. Y'all
yeah.
know this
So
the real, the raw, the truth, so it's okay. Little click.
yeah,
Okay, so anywho, okay, so you said that okay, yeah, because I think I did hear something about that. I think I saw this viral video of this
right.
guy, and he said it was a whole big like group of guys, and they were all going to Colombia. And
Oh
he
yeah.
said he overheard their conversation,
Oh, I
and they
seen.
were saying that they
I
was,
seen that.
coming to,
Yeah,
do their thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, every week. Yeah, it's a thing. I'm surprised you don't know about. Everybody know about. It.
Yeah,
Like,
and the women so pretty. Like y'all
uh,
don't want to be wives, but okay,
yeah,
we
it's good, but it's a money thing because it's so poor. You know,
yeah,
it's so
yeah.
poor, and I mean, how else are they gonna make money?
I feel
Like,
you. Yeah.
especially, or how much, or how can they get that same lifestyle? You understand what I'm saying? Like, women love that lifestyle too. Like, it just
I
ain't
think so.
it's money and lifestyle. Like, you want to be around people that, you know, these guys that got money, drinking. You know what I mean? Y'all partying. They like that shit.
They
You know what I'm
do.
saying? They like that shit. So,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like, they get a lifestyle and they get money. Yeah, and they probably like to have sex too. They, you know what I mean? Colombians is very affectionate people. You know, so um, but I think, you know, I think they ruin it. They kind of ruin themselves because these are young girls. You know what I mean? Maybe 20, 25. You know, like by the time you 30, you you probably out the game because it's another young, you know, younger girl, younger, prettier girl that's coming. You know, that's probably coming up or whatever. But I hate that they get into that lifestyle because it is really good women that don't get in that lifestyle. You know, that's that's beautiful. That should probably just go to school or something like that. But I don't know if you heard about that last point I said, but it's a upper echelons of Colombian women that won't even deal with gringos. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, you know, like because of what they know gringos come to Colombia for. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a challenge. You know what I'm saying? That's a challenge. Like, even if you like, yo, I live here, but they still got this perception of black men. You know what I mean? White men too. You know,
Wow.
but black men. I'm a man, so I don't know what they look at, how they look at a white man, but I know how they look at black
Yeah.
men, and you almost got to be like, yo, like, you know what I mean? You almost got to like damn show them that what you doing and things like that. That's not your life, because I'm telling you, it's big. It's big here.
And that's so challenging because I feel like I always like to cover that too whenever I do an episode dating, especially for those that's single. Because I
Yeah.
feel like dating is important, especially when you living abroad. You want to be able to date because I actually thought I didn't care till I got outside and I was like, hold up, I'm gonna need me a little, I'm gonna need me some some type of
Yeah,
affection.
for sure.
And people want that, so I'm sure that that's hard because it's like, damn, okay, you want to be able to date somebody, but the dating pool got piss in it, and all
Yeah,
around.
yeah. But it's better when you in a barrio though, because then you get regular people. That's the thing. So when you go to the, you know, so I go to the gym, I go to Smart Fit, I connect with different women
Mhm.
than what's in the tourist area, which I wouldn't even deal with because I know how that shit go. You understand? Yeah. So for me, I work so much, I need something to come back to. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of I'm not the type of person like shit. Okay, I'm just going like not have sex or whatever. Like you need, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You work hard, like you
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yo,
I get it.
yeah, like, but you don't. But in business, it's probably not the best thing to be running around doing this, and that. So having something solid, yo, I work 10 hours. She got the food, you know, she got the food, she got everything ready. Or I go upstairs to get lunch, things like that. So that's kind of like how my life go,
Mhm.
you know. But a lot of guys like to come and they like to play around. You know, they playing, you know, they you know, they rip it and run it. I don't have that luxury because I'm trying to build $100 million business, you know.
Okay, period.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I got
okay.
my
I love that. You like, I'm
I'm
trying
real
to
estate.
build.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So what's some of your other cons? Was that one of your, was that like a main one? You
Cons,
got
yeah,
any other?
cons. Yeah, yeah, cons. Everybody think you're a millionaire. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
think you rich. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got their angle of trying to get something trying to get something out of you. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Whether they befriend you and then they going in it for the long run, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that they steal. Yeah, I don't like that. Like I left a camera in the taxi. I lost an iPhone. I lost an iPhone in the car. Just fell out of my pocket. I was going back and forth with a taxi driver. I had my GoPro or whatever. Um, Wound up trying to go get some change for like 50 mil peso, and come back. Just forgot that the camera was in the back. He took off. Tried to call him. Gone. So I don't like that they steal. Like I don't like the pettiness. Like they think that they um everything got to be a come up. You understand what I'm saying? Like everything, and I hate that. You understand what I'm saying? I hate that. I hate that's one of the parts that just irks you. You know, like it irks me to the core. You understand what I'm saying? Like because you can't trust a lot of these people. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust a lot of these people. You don't know whether they in it, you know, for certain things, and that's why I stay protected with, you know, Abraham and the certain people I'm around because they can kind of protect me or whatever. Um,
Right. And
yeah,
I kind of feel like that's something that a lot of people go through that live abroad, where they
yeah,
always look. Because I just literally had a situation. I had to straight up tell them, like, look, I know y'all think we rich.
right,
I know that's what y'all get when y'all look at us, because America make us look like that. Well, shit, that's how Americans carry this. That we very, I feel like we have a very cocky demeanor where we don't mean to be like that, but it's how we were groomed. It's our subconscious, how we were built, and we just give off
right,
that energy, so people think that. You know
right,
what I'm saying? And I think
right.
that that's something that a lot of people can relate to that live abroad. But what I was gonna say about there is, I think it's because you were saying because of the poverty.
It's
So I feel
a lot
like
of
it's
poverty.
that gotta get it how I live type of
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
mode. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah, survival mode, Ken.
Survival. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. So
I
yeah,
that.
yeah, that's a con, man, for sure. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because you get like literally like you know, it's like a lot of times when I leave and I get home, it's like a weight off my shoulder. But then I'd be home for like a couple weeks. I'd be like, yo, I'm ready to go back because I'm ready to go. You know, I'm ready to get back in there. You understand? But it can be exhausting. You understand what I'm saying? Like the non-genuineness of the relationship sometimes because you like, yo, um, this person wants some shit.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. And you don't want to be just
or they asking for something. And I know, my company we support dreams. You know what I'm saying? So we do put that out there. However, it's not. It ain't no charity. You understand what I'm saying? Like we do it in a certain way. You know, like we sell product in order to support dreams. You know, like so it's not. Hey, a charity. Hey, come get this money. It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? The pros. You want me to go over the pros?
sure.
Yeah, pros is health, right? Everything is healthy. The sun, the safety, like nobody gonna shoot you. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
Like,
That's a
yeah,
big
you know what
deal.
I mean? Um, the prices. You know, the prices. You know, like I don't have to make $20,000 a month. Like I don't have that burden of being like, yo, I got to make all of this money. I can really build slowly. You know what I want to
Yeah.
build instead of having that burden on my shoulder. Like, yo, you got to make this amount of money because if you want a good social life, you know what I mean, you're gonna have to have a good place, you're gonna have to have a nice car, you're gonna have to go out and date, you know what I'm saying? Like all of those is compressed to small prices, you know what I'm saying? Like you can go out on a date and it could be $12. Like, you know what I'm saying, for me and that person together, you know what I'm saying? Like you can go higher, but you know what I'm saying? Like we want to do something small, $12. That could be nothing. So the pricing, the food, I had made a video on my other page about the food, like $200 for a month of food. And I got a lady, she's my senora. She comes and she cooks for like cooks and cleans for like $35 a week or whatever. So that's like my whole food and everything prepared and everything is like a $344 a month. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So pricing, the cost of living, all of that, the piece that you get, those are the pros that you get, opposed to the cons where you like, yo, you know, you got to deal with, some of these little things or some of these people that, want things out of you. But it weighs much,
Yeah.
much better on the pros list rather than the cons, especially if you just not like fuck the states and you still can go back to the states and move and shake as well. You know what I'm saying? So like I love to have the best of both worlds, honestly.
Mm. I feel like that's good balance. That sounds like good balance to me. Because you're not gonna, nothing's perfect, right? And
Right,
nothing's supposed to be.
right,
And, I
right,
always say I've never seek to be perfect. I don't know why people will want that. You have
right,
to find the good in the uncomfortable because I don't believe in good or bad. I don't really believe in good or bad. So I feel like
right,
you
right.
just have to find the comfort in being uncomfortable and you got to make it fucking
Sure,
work, right?
sure, for sure. And it's all growth. Like these
Yeah.
experiences is so much growth
Mhm,
that you get. I,
mhm.
I I would say everyone should do it. You understand? Like everyone should live outside the states for a certain amount of time. But it doesn't have to be anti-USA either. You understand what I'm
I
saying? It doesn't have to
agree.
be fuck the USA. It doesn't have to be that. You understand what I'm saying? But the growth you get, the experience that you get from being outside of the country, everyone should have that experience. And it, again, I think you put it perfectly. It's not good or bad. Like people should you should inhale challenges,
Mhm.
right? We should want challenges. You know what I mean? Like things to challenge us. We should want these things.
Right.
So you know what I mean? Like that's something that I believe all people should kind of go on a path to do. Whether it be go to the continent. That's where I'm going next. I'm going to the continent, right? And last time you talked to me, I was in Brazil, right? So you know, I'll be out there, in Southeast too. Uh, so I think people should really do it for growth, not for anti. You know what I'm saying? Not for USA is a nemesis and it's so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like do it for yourself because you want to grow as a person. You want to experience something, but you want to engulf yourself in somebody else's culture. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To get those learning experiences, right? Because it just makes you worldly. My father always asked me, he said, yo, you want to be a citizen of the ghetto or a citizen of the world? I said, yo, I want to be a citizen of the world,
I
and
say
I
that
would
all the
say,
time. I say that I'm a world citizen. That's how I identify. Well, really a citizen of the universe. But when we having conversations like this, a world citizen.
yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
sure,
I
sure,
like that. I
for
like
sure.
that a lot. Okay, you got any other pros?
Um,
Pros sound pretty powerful.
yeah, you got to think, health is wealth, peace, no stress. These are all things that make you wealthy, especially, and I'm not talking about wealthy as far as I'm not talking about as far as like money, wealthy as people, And that's where it starts, because that transcends into however much money that you can possibly make or whatever. You need that foundation. So yeah, of course, like that's first for me. So those pros, like eating clean. You understand what I'm saying? Like no preservatives in the food and stuff like that. That's what that's what Cartagena provides. Fresh fruit, those things or whatever. And yeah, so yeah, that's the pros.
I love it.
Yeah,
Okay, so let's go into mental health. Then we want to talk about your business, okay, and what you
yeah,
do in your work life.
yeah,
Okay, so mental health as a black man abroad, just mental health in general. I want you to share with us the type of mind, like the mindset that you have to be in as a black man in America to say, okay, I got to see something outside of this. Where were
yeah,
you mentally, and give your perspective on where you need to be. Let's just tap into mental health.
yeah. Mental health, you know, it's a huge thing. As a black man in America, I just think we just had so much weight on our shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's from a multiple array of things, right? Because and it's a lot of danger for us. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not only danger from just say a police officer. You may feel that's behind you when you drive it, even though you might be 100% good. You understand what I'm saying? What do you do? Want to fuck with me today, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get it from your people. You walk into something, yo, what you looking at? You know what I'm saying? Like, so anything can happen that way. You get it, like as far as the rooms that you can possibly get into in order to propel your business and things like that, and make a life for yourself or whatever. You might not get some opportunities because of where you look or what have you. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you have all of these different barriers, but also I can say that you also have a lot of opportunity as well, on the flip side. So it's not all, I don't, like you said, I don't look at things as bad. I just look at things because kind of is just different, and then how you play those cards that you got, right? Because you got to play them no
Yeah.
matter what. So on the mental health in America, you can go through all of those things, but you can also go through the mental health of dating in America, the mental health of having to have this this societal norms that you're supposed to have this or you're supposed to have that. You're supposed to have these things, right? That's kind of like what you're built up to be. Okay, like the first thing somebody will say is, hey, I thought I was supposed to be married at this age. It's just all these societal norms that kind of fucks up your mental health, because you think that you know what I mean? Like you start to think that, yo, if you don't have those things, then you like, yo, I'm a failure, or I'm losing. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So these are all things that affect your mental health. You understand what I'm saying? The dangers, the inflation, all of these different things, it affects your daily mental health, especially if you want to try to build something. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm a builder, so like building is first to me because that's what I'm put on earth to do. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not put on earth to go to a party. I'm not put on earth to get the latest sneakers or to but societal norm will have you shift into those areas, and that's the norm in America, right? So that brings a lot of mental health issues, I believe, to men. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to when you living abroad, it's just much different. It's much more laid back, where your mental health is just like, but you have to shift it to like, I never needed all that stuff in the first place. So you have to have so that mind shift you have to have as well, because if you still live that same type, because you could go abroad and not change, you could be that person, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and still live that same way. But if you want to get the most out of it, you got to have a mind shift like, I don't need all of that stuff. You understand what I'm saying? But the mental health is better when your mind shifts, when your mind set shifts to like, yo, I never needed all that stuff in the first place, and yo, like I'm good enough without any of that stuff going on. And your mental health also shifts when you're like, yo, I'm not in danger no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not in a fight or flight disposition. You
Hmm.
understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I'm just I'm just a living being. I'm living. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's where your mental health increases and you want to live more. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes in the States you'd be like, man, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm YOLO. I'm living for the day. You
Hmm.
understand what I'm saying? Like, but when you get out of that, you be like, yo, man, I really want to live to 100. This could be great. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right. Whole new perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You start like, yo, man, I really want to live. Like, you know what I mean? You start wanting to live. You know what I mean? Like, and then you don't have all of that burden on your shoulders. It's just taking off. So for me, I'm like, man, like this could be a wonderful life, but you can't look back.
Right. I love that. I love that. You definitely can't look back. Okay, so let's go into your business, okay? Because obviously we could tell that you're pretty intelligent. You got some good things going on, especially when you were talking about what your company does as far as dreams. So share with us about your company. Explain, what you do and how you maintain as an entrepreneur abroad
Yeah.
with your company.
Yeah. So this is the most exciting part of my life because it's engulfed in me as a former athlete, right? And wanting to help athletes first off tell their story and build a brand for themselves, whether they go to the NBA or NFL or Major League Baseball or MLS, right? So basically, it started from a clothing company, right, where we would make inspired collections of athlete, right? So I just use one athlete as an example. His name is Miguel. He's a baseball player. He wants to play baseball, and we made a collection called All Dream Sluggers or whatever. So people would buy those shirts, and it would go, part of the proceeds would go to helping him with his training and his travel, all the things he would need in order to enhance his career, right?
Hmm.
So the goal was to support 1 million athletes worldwide. And so we made several collections or whatever. Then I was like, yo, this is not scalable. We can't make 1 million collections of clothing or whatever um, to sell to reach the ultimate, to the ultimate goal, the mission or whatever,
Hmm.
right? And that's when we built a technology company. So All Dream Sports is a sports technology company. It's an app, and now we have an AI platform where we help athletes build a brand off of the court. So we focus on them off of the court so they can get the NIL deals, they can get brand deals, they can make money for themselves off of the court, or off of the field. So basically, we help athletes build a brand. It doesn't matter whether they're the best athlete or whether they're the last person on the bench. Right now, through social media, they can build a brand for themselves, and we help athletes build a brand for themselves. So I'll just give you kind of an example. Just say it's a 15-year-old kid in Nigeria that plays basketball. Our AI helps him build his brand. It gives him every single week, it gives him personalized and dedicated things for himself to do in order to build his social media up, be attractive to brands. It gives a brand score, so it's kind of like gamification as well. So when he does these things, and his brand score goes up, so he's more attractive to brands. So now we also teach them how to reach out to brands, get the attention of brands, so they can make money online for themselves,
Okay.
right? And so they can build a brand and get more opportunities, whether it be through money, through recruitment, through awareness or whatever, right?
Hmm.
And that's the company that I'm building. It's worldwide, and the AI just is the AI portion of it just helps these athletes build something for themselves because they have a short window as athletes. We have a short window of time to maximize the earning. Everyone always hears about the LeBron James, the Kevin Durant, um, the Patrick Mahomes and the big contracts or whatever. But for the LeBron James, it's probably for the LeBron James that's not LeBron James. It is at least a million other athletes that will never reach those heights or whatever. However, through social media, because you are an athlete, you have the opportunity now to make money from colleges when you go to colleges.
Mm-hmm.
Now the opportunity to make money from brands, right? Now you have more opportunities to make money, not just through playing, but off the court. So we help
Mm-hmm.
athletes maximize that earning potential because it's more athletes that's not LeBron James than it is, okay? That's not going to have hundreds of millions of dollars, but they still can make a living for themselves through social media, and we help them do that.
Wow. That's fucking dope.
Thank you.
So, okay, so you said it's an app. So the app is what they use. So the app is designed to assist them in this journey.
The system in the journey. We start from story first, you know, like just like the first question you asked me. How did that happen? How did Colombia happen? It starts from the story. No one cares. No one gives a fuck about how good you really are or your highlights. They only care about you and your journey. I was interested in you because how did you get from Detroit to Thailand? That's interesting shit, right? What
Right.
is that path? What is that journey? I'm invested in you, not Thailand. You understand what I'm saying? So with an athlete, you're invested in their story. Now, if they're great, that's even better because all athletes should be striving to be great.
Mm-hmm.
But we start off with a foundation of their story, telling your story. What is unique about you? Because that's the only thing. No one can be you. That's the only unique thing about you. It's nowhere on earth out of 8 billion people that is me. You can't find another me. That's
Right.
what's unique about me,
Right.
right? And that's what's unique about all of us. And that's what we have to hone in on that, right? And that's what we teach these athletes to do. Yo, what's your unique angle? And the AI pulls that out of them and helps them be able to create that content around their story in order to build that audience so they can make money, they can build a community of people that's going to support them, they can get brand deals, all of that. So that's exactly. That's what that's what it does.
I just want to say AI is taking over the world right now. AI is one of my other business ventures on the low that people don't even know about. I got shit working for me and I could just relax and it's all ran by AI.
It's crazy.
If people knew the power of AI, because I see a lot of posts nowadays like y'all taking this AI shit too serious. And I'm like, y'all should have got in the game when it was lucrative. Do you understand where AI is and where it will be in 20 years from now?
Yeah.
Have you checked the stats?
Yeah.
Have you did your research?
Right.
Research first. That's always important before you question any industry because AI is in the running right now. And eventually, I'm not going to be showing my face anymore.
Fact.
And everything is going to be being ran not by
Fact.
me.
Fact.
That's where I'm
Fact.
headed, where I can be on the back burner. And then I'm gonna just be doing this type of shit for fun.
Right.
So
right.
that's
yeah. We in a go. We are in a gold rush right now. And if you don't know, like okay, you're gonna get left behind. First off, if you're not in the gold rush, you're gonna get left behind because people say, all right, I'm gonna talk about athletes because all parents say, hey, I want my kid to get an education, right?
mm-hmm.
We all say it, I want my kid, but what the fuck does that really look like? Like like for a kid that's 10 years old or 12 years old or even 15 years old,
Mm-hmm.
that's 8 years away from that's 5, so they're 15, so they're 8, say 3 or 4 years, 5 years. What does that look like when they graduate? What does the education look like? What do they go into? Marketing? What do you get in a marketing degree? That shit gone. All of these different things are going to be gone. So what that right? So what that actually looks like is people building their personal IP, their personal intellectual property. You understand what I'm saying? Like because the general things that we thought which would carry us through education with jobs just ain't gonna be there no more because of AI and the advancements or whatever, right? So people need to start looking at things much different. And I would be completely scared if I had an athlete that was 10 years old and they had to go through to make it to 18. That's 8 years from now, right? That's when they should be going to college. But then after they graduate, that's another 4 years, 12 years, or 13 years. What does that look like for a person with how fast we're moving with AI? what jobs are you coming out with? That's why we say your story, you are the intellectual property, and you better get to that now.
Yes.
You have an opportunity as an athlete better than the regular person because you're put on a pedestal as an athlete, but you need to take advantage of that. So yeah, we're in a gold rush, and I think people should take advantage, like you're doing with this right now. I love it because it's stories of people
Mm-hmm.
telling their story, and people can't get enough value from these things like this. It's
Exactly.
so much value in what you're doing.
Exactly. Like right
So
now,
much,
we
it's
listening
so
to
much value.
you.
It's so much value in what you're doing. Like I
Thank
said,
you.
I'm indebted to you. I love
Thank
it.
you.
Like
I
I love
appreciate
it.
it.
I love it.
I appreciate it a lot. I just love that you found your niche. So I'm basically like in an AI like network group with a whole bunch of like geeks, like software,
I'm a
like
nerd.
these
I'm a nerd.
people that yeah, they like nerds, geeks, but they are smart as hell. I
Right.
learned so much from them. So I just admire what you just broke down that you're doing because what they teach us is to find your niche within AI,
Yeah.
right? And the fact that you took something that you love, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're also helping people, but you're teaching them and also using the value of AI
Yeah.
to connect them to their purpose. Like that's some powerful shit. I
I,
feel like you like found your niche and just built on that. And
yeah.
that's powerful because everybody can't do that. Like you found your lane, right?
Mm-hmm. I
So I love that.
appreciate
So like being an entrepreneur in another country, what does the average day look like for you?
it. Work. Like I said, I just would just come downstairs and just go into the office and just work all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like film videos. I think we get more. We get more bang for our buck marketing wise. More I'm talking about these things on camera and things like that. So documenting everything. So always having a camera running. And then but not pounding yourself in the ground with the grinder philosophy like everybody says in the States, where they like, yo, you got to grind, you got to hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like getting away from that hustle culture. You understand what I'm saying? Where it's just like laid back, and not like grinding yourself to the end. Also enjoying leaving at 5-6 p.m. and enjoying the beach or enjoying going to play a game of basketball. Coming home to your lady, like that. So, but working for sure, working out, but making sure all of these things are covered. You know, like like not one thing where you just grinding yourself and getting involved in that hustle culture because you don't have to anymore. With social media, you know what I'm saying, with systems and putting things in place, and you should be enjoying the ride as well because you don't have the $3,000 of rent over your head, or those things. So you can be more lax, I believe,
Definitely.
by being these.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a big thing. I find joy in that. I've realized since I live abroad, I have extra time in the day. And when
Yeah,
I tell people that back in the States, like me and my dad, we kind of got into an argument about that because he's like, that's not true. And I was like, well, you never lived abroad, so you wouldn't fucking know.
right.
But yes, you do have a lot of time in the day. I ain't got to go to
Right,
nobody's job.
right,
So you have a
right,
lot of time in a day and you can find peace in that because it's like, damn, you're not getting up like, oh my God, let me hurry up and shower because I got to get in the car and get to my job by a certain time or my boss going to be tripping. You
right,
don't have that,
right,
that on your back. Like you got to hurry up and, be in a rush just to exist.
right.
So I agree with that. I agree with that a lot. Okay, so what do you do for like healthcare and dental and like life insurance? Do you have any life insurance, like in general, or do they require you to have that there, or how does that go?
uh, I should get life insurance. um but as far as like health,
I meant to say health. You
yeah,
know what I meant because you corrected me. What the hell?
yeah, yeah,
What
yeah,
the
yeah.
hell?
So yeah,
Okay, my bad.
yeah.
You knew what I
So
meant.
even so, yeah. So even in the bar, it was like a little. a little clinic or whatever, they take you, draw your blood or whatever. It probably
Mm-hmm.
costs you probably like $30 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the dentist is cheap or whatever. But yeah, I take it. Yeah, I take full advantage of those things or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. It's just super cheap.
So they don't
Yeah, super cheap.
require you to have health insurance though.
No, because I never got the visa. Like if
Okay,
you did
okay,
get a
okay.
visa,
Yeah, you did.
yeah, they would. I think that was part of when I was gonna go get it. I did. That was part of it. You had to get like the year health insurance or whatever. But yeah, no. Like I never got
Okay.
it. But um, anything like the same. Like the healthcare is really, what I mean, is good. Like and it's inexpensive. So if you need to go to the doctor, the dentist. I mean, like you can go go get your teeth cleaned and everything. I think I think my braces are probably like it was like $100 to start and like $10 per month or something like that for
Wow.
like a year. So it was like super cheap. Maybe it was like $20 a month or something like that. But it was like super cheap or whatever. Like so it's more affordable. You see people in Colombia with nice teeth. Like for real, for
I mean,
real.
they
You
come.
see people.
I mean, they come to Colombia to get their teeth done. So
Yeah, yeah. So
that's the
yeah,
place.
yeah, and that is way cheaper for a local rather than somebody coming from the States. So people so yeah, you see a lot of people with nice teeth.
Wow, I love it. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. So, if you had to give somebody advice, right, for their journey to assist them in, starting their journey with living abroad, what tips would you give? What's some important key factors would you share with them if they're like, hey, I'm thinking about moving abroad? Could you tell me where I should start?
yeah, yeah. You gotta start with your mindset. That's the first thing you gotta start with. You have to start with your mindset because if you take the same values and you take the same life into another country, you're not going to get the maximum benefits of what you possibly could get.
Mm.
So that's the first thing. You have to shift you have to have a mindset shift right away, right? Um, and that's where it kind of starts. And then I would say start building yourself up online, right? Because you're gonna have to have a way to be able to make to stay if you want to stay or whatever. That's always I think that's all I think honestly that's always the hardest part. That's the hardest part, right? Because if you shift your mind, you're going to want to stay. You're going to want to experience more things. So now the next step is how do I stay? And I think that's through personal branding, that's through selling digital products, but that's through adding some type of value,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, live lower than you would live in the States. You don't need things. You don't, like this Apple Watch is what I don't wouldn't need a Rolex, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need what you think you would need. This white T-shirt is perfectly fine for me, right? Less clothes, like less clothes. You don't need designer. You don't need a chain really. The thing that you think you would need, you don't need that stuff anymore. But again, that all starts. Let's back up to
Mm-hmm.
mindset, right? Personal branding, finding something that you do that you can offer to the world, basically what you've already done because that's unique to you. It doesn't matter whether you were a nurse, you have some type of unique experience that you can add to somebody that may want to be a nurse that you can sell to them to make a quicker pathway to get to where you got to faster because you can tell them. And I think that's the easiest way to probably make money or whatever because you did something, just help somebody do it faster, get there faster,
Right.
right? Um, and have less things, uh, and be open to the experience, be open to the culture, be open to what you're going to experience, and go after it, right? So those four things I would say like that in those steps, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, get your mindset right, start building a personal brand, get rid of things, only take small things that you necessarily that's necessary and then be open to the experience. And that right there will help you, move abroad.
Those were great tips. I mean, I did all of that. That's so funny how you named, because I was like, okay, I did that. I did that. I did all of that. That was great
Right,
advice, because I literally, that's like, I did that. I built this page up in 90 days. It blew up. All my posts,
right.
all of the posts that was going viral. And I was like, damn, I really manifested that though. Because I was like, I ain't about to make no lame ass page like that. This bitch got to be jumping. Like,
Right, right,
you know what I'm saying? So I started figuring like, okay, I have to hit people with emotion. So then that's when I started knowing what type of content to post. Because you will
right,
see on some of the posts people arguing. People don't even know, like, it's a remedy behind the madness. Like,
right.
I do that for a reason. Because that's people like drama. That's the only way you get them to pay attention.
For
You
sure.
really, really got to know about social media and know how to build
Yeah.
that brand and that platform. Because I'm telling you, it's easy, but you got to know how to get the people engaged, because they not going to pay attention to your ass if it's not eye-catching,
Right.
ear-catching, where they
Mm-hmm.
seeing it like, what? Or you
Mm-hmm.
trigger them. I noticed
Right.
that's another secret, y'all. If you're
Yeah.
building a platform, sometimes you got to trigger a motherfucker. You have to, because
Yeah.
people are so fucking sensitive. So you have to talk about things that's going to trigger them to get them to, then you will see them start acting crazy, saying all this
Right.
crazy shit. You'll be like, you
Right.
old as hell in the comments saying this
Right.
dumb shit.
Right.
But
See
that's how you get it going. That's how you
how you
can
get it
get it
going.
going. But yes,
How you get it going. Yeah.
yeah,
And you got the formula. You like, cause that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Like controversy. You know what I'm saying? Like all the nice guy stuff. Like, man, I think people worry about like what people think about them. You understand what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, like be who you are. Be cutting edge. It's social media. What are they gonna do? You saw online. They probably never even gonna see you. You probably never even gonna meet these people. So
exactly.
be authentic. So be authentic when you building what you building. Like your point of view. People can, because it's so much fake shit that people can respect authenticity now. I mean, that's what people really want. They're yearning for
They
authenticity,
do.
and that authenticity will probably be controversial because nobody, no, on either scale of either scale, nobody will 100% say, "Oh, I agree with that person." There's gonna be some people that be like, "Oh man, fuck that dude," but it's gonna be some other people that says, "Oh, yo, yeah, I agree
I
with him."
actually agree.
You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like it's probably it's gonna be some people that's gonna be like, "Yo, damn, why the dude talking about the passport bros and and them going over for sex?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, this is the truth. So some people gonna be like, "Yo, fuck this dude." Some people gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't know that was going on." Some people gonna say like, "Yo, man, I need to get on. I need to do it too." You know what I'm saying?
No, for
So,
real.
so you're gonna get a whole different array of people, but controversy, but being 100% authentic, that's what counts, and that's what sells in this social media game. So do that. You know what I mean? Like, do that. People want authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Do that, and that's going to help you, because I'm telling you, this is one thing I know to be true. We all have something that we can sell. I'm telling you, through experience, we all have something that we could possibly sell. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you are way ahead of people in social media. Like, somebody like, yo, how the fuck she do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, but you did it in 90 days. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so everybody has something that they've done
They can
that
do.
somebody is way steps behind them. Even if they're only one step behind, they can get something from that person. And if you utilize that, that's how you can make digital things and make money.
I need to add you to the master class. You up for that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I'm doing a master class called Monetizing Your Gifts. I'm pretty much teaching people how to use Canva, AI, and everything else to like make money virtually. And the way you talking, we own
Yeah,
that. Like, because I
yeah.
don't hear a
I
lot
got
of people that live abroad actually talk much about that, and they don't know really how to like work the media for real. So
yeah, for sure. That's a huge thing. Even if you wanted to be in the States and you want, like, I'm telling you, personal IP is the next thing. You have to have personal intellectual property. Like it's just like it's not something where I believe isn't negotiable.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because you're just gonna get left behind. Like, how are people gonna make money? That's what I think. I'm like, yo, if you're not building something and you're not building something with your personal self, like you see it little by little where jobs is just being taken away, and it's a progressive thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna be like it's one of those things. It's not gonna be like one day all of it's gonna be gone. It's just gonna be progressively, and everybody sleep looking at Diddy trials and looking at, you know what I mean? I look at this shit too, but I'm just saying everybody look. Well, I'm just saying like they looking at shit, but they consuming the
Right.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Too much. Where they like, you know what I'm saying? Where they not, you know, it's cool to consume because I consume, I scroll because you have to scroll to know what, you know what I mean? Like what's actually hitting, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and what to copy, you know what I mean? Like, but don't scroll and consume and not build your own. You know what I mean? Like you have to be building your own, and you have to have that strategy in order to build your own. How you build your own, and what some people don't know. They'll be like, yo, man, I was a teacher for 12 years or whatever. Yo, it's some currency in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you gotta be able to pull that out. You know what I'm saying? But some people they just don't understand how to pull that out.
Exactly.
You can make something from that. You can make money from that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of money,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. So
I
these
agree.
are the things I was I kind of talk to people about.
And that's a great tip. Thank you for sharing it for everybody that's watching. That's great tips. You
Thank
gotta
you. Thank you.
build. You have to build something on your own, you know. And a lot of people are scary. Like I'm gonna follow you from my personal page too, but a lot of people are scary. But on my personal page, they probably be thinking I'm crazy because I'm so raw and so blunt and real. Like I show the real raw truth of all of this shit. I'm not like, oh, living abroad is just so fucking great, and my
Right,
life
right,
is just so awesome.
right, right,
Like
right,
my content is lifestyle. So I just be
right.
me. Get on the phone. Just start. People are so worried about how they look. I don't give a fuck how I look to people because I know I'm the shit. But I know it takes time to build up your character and your self esteem too.
Yeah,
I wasn't always a woman who thought I was, you know, some fine shit and all. It took time. But now
right.
I'm unfuckwittable. And that's how I carry myself. So I can
Fact.
put myself out there and show myself, and I'm not worried. Everybody not gonna like me. I'm not for everybody. But like how I said with you,
Yeah,
you found your niche.
yeah, yeah,
You found your
yeah.
lane, and people have to find their lane. If y'all are watching, you have to find your lane. Figure out what it is that the world needs from you. That's it.
For sure,
And I talk
for
about that
sure,
all the time. So
for
I
sure.
appreciate you so much because you really was
Yeah,
busy. Remember, you was busy. You was like, we couldn't get you on at first because you was busy. You was busy
yeah,
with business.
yeah,
So I just
yeah.
appreciate you so much for taking your time out to just share
Man,
your gems, which was some great gems, by the way.
I
And
appreciate you for appreciate you for having me. I love to connect with people. You know, I love to connect with people that's doing a damn thing, and you know that's just not talking about it. That's just not selling everybody dreams and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you know like that's what I like to do. And you know this gives a give a platform for for me to tell a bit about my story and things that I do. So I'm always indebted to you and appreciative of that as well. But I just love to connect with people, and you the type you got to find your people. You got to find your people. And you one of the people.
right.
That's my people. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I agree, most definitely. And I feel like I'm cool. You know, I just be trying to get everybody together like we one big family because technically we are. We're
We are
all doing the same things. We're all crossing the same paths. Why
right.
not stand together in unity? And thank you. I think her name was Ken. She said that this was excellent. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Appreciate
But
it,
people
man.
who, you know what I'm saying, coming together and just trying to make a difference in the world. We need more of us.
Let's
So
do
I
it.
really truly appreciate you. I want to connect and do more things. So we gonna talk offline.
Let's,
Maybe we can get another live just about, you know, what
yeah,
we was just talking about and then some other things that we gonna talk about.
for
But
sure, for sure.
I
Sure, I'm open.
appreciate you so
Ellie, I'm coming
much.
over. I'm coming over there. Don't be ducking me. I'm coming over there.
No,
We're gonna go.
come on. You know,
Yeah, I'm coming
this
over there.
I
We're gonna go out to lunch or something.
yeah, I wasn't even supposed to drop this yet because this is new. But yeah, I just got my house today. I just paid the money down on my house today. So I'm ready for
Yeah,
people to come
congratulations.
out and visit so I
Yeah,
can like
yeah,
I just want to show people around and just get people, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
excited to just do some different shit. So yes, and I gotta come out there to Colombia. You know I'm an astrologer.
Yeah,
So based off my
yeah,
astrocartography, I got some favor in Colombia. So because I
real.
was thinking about coming there and getting some cosmetic, a little surgery done or whatever. So I
Come,
had to see if I had
come. I can put.
favor.
Yeah, I can put you. I can put you. I can put you in a place. I can
Okay.
put you. I can put you with the right people. But yo, that astrology. I'm telling you, Palenque. You will have to go. You have to go to Palenque. I don't understand these guys. They come to do the thing. You know what I'm saying with the women, but they don't go to Palenque. Yo, that's our roots. Like I love Palenque. You know what I'm saying. Like I have a certain, like I said, like we did a collection together. You know what I'm saying. Like
Oh wow.
Palenque. Yeah,
Those
Palenque.
are nice.
Like yeah, we did a collection together of clothes, like because they didn't have any merchandise, you know what I'm saying, like for the village. It's a tourist site, like it's you know what I mean. It's like one of those UNESCO places that's protected, you know what I mean. So we did a collab with them, and we did hats, we did shirts, and what else did we do? Hoodies and stuff. Hoodies didn't sell, but yeah. So that was another way. So I'm talking about, man, these hats, these ones was flying off. Like I'm talking about, I was going to get stacks of money because like they couldn't keep them in stock. So you know what I mean. So always, when you bought the money, you always got to find something to sell. Sell some shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
sell
So
some shit.
yeah,
Wow, yeah. I'm
we
about
made a
to.
collection. Yeah. My guy, because Palenque probably like an hour, probably like an hour and a half away. So he'd come back in the city. I'm talking about give me stacks of money, you know what I mean? Like Colombian money because he didn't sold all the product. You know what I mean? So yeah, we made a hit with those, you know what I mean? But yeah. So make,
I gotta definitely come to Colombia. And I just found this out recently because I'm always doing my chart daily, doing my research for the places that I have the most favor.
yeah.
I found out about Colombia. I was like, damn, I gotta get my ass down there. I gotta go. I gotta
Oh,
put together a trip, something. I don't know, maybe a birthday trip. I don't know. I said I might let it be a gift to myself to come get some surgery done. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't be down there though.
all right.
So we definitely gonna connect. You enjoy the rest of your
Okay.
day. I appreciate
Appreciate
you. For everybody that's on here, y'all can follow him. So I'm gonna make sure I tag you because this
Yeah.
is gonna be posted, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
if Instagram will let me, it's gonna go on YouTube. They haven't been letting me post to YouTube lately for some reason. But if it lets me, I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna post it to YouTube and I'm gonna put all your information. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a YouTube channel. I'll send you all that information because I also remember we met on my other page. I also got a bigger page over there, but this page I was trying to grow or whatever.
You want
So
me to tag both?
yeah, tag both.
Send
But then
me
what I'm gonna do is
send me
yeah,
the
I'm gonna
other
send you.
one.
But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and then I'm probably gonna cut it up too. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like to the good to the higher hitting points or whatever. Because that's what I do. So I'm gonna clip this basically.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, me too. Okay,
yeah.
cool. Okay, cool.
All right.
Let's do that. And then send me your other page too. And then
Okay.
I'll tag and do all that. I'm just gonna post it for now. Then I always go back in and add the caption. And then when you
That's
send the other page and everything, I'll tag it. But
perfect.
thank you so much. I appreciate your
Appreciate
time,
it.
love. You
All
enjoy the
right.
rest of your day, okay?
All right. You
Alrighty.
too.
Okay.
All right.
Peace. Okay, Skywalker. Thank you, love. Thank you. Yes, that was a little vibe. We was vibing. So I appreciate everybody that tapped in. Thank you for being here. I love y'all as always. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all as always for tapping in. Y'all come through every time we have a new drop, every time we have a new episode, y'all here. So I appreciate it. I don't care if it's 9 people, 5 people, 20 people, 50 people. There's a lot of people that are going to rewatch. So shout out to y'all that's going to rewatch as well. If you are not following the platform already, please follow. Please follow, please follow, please follow, please follow. Follow us on YouTube. Even though I'm not as active as I should be on TikTok and Facebook, follow us there too. I'm one person, y'all. I'm building all the platform. I'm building on all these platforms, but it's hard. I got a lot of fucking pages, a lot of fucking platforms, so I be busy. But I'm trying my hardest to build up every platform. I'm trying to get us heavy on TikTok. I'm trying to get us heavy on YouTube, heavy on Facebook, so then we'll be going live on these platforms as well. And I got some good shit I got that I'm cooking up for y'all. I got some great things I'm cooking up. This was great and inspiring. Thank you so much. I'm happy that y'all even stayed to watch. Thank you, Miss Davis. Thank you from Sarah in Florida. You're awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. If you are looking to move abroad, for anybody that is watching or that will rewatch, the moving abroad prep guide is in the bio and it's pinned at the top of the page, y'all. It's only $2.02. It's only $2.02. I charge only $2.02 for it because it's not really about the money. It's more so just about helping and assisting y'all, okay? So it's an essential moving abroad prep guide, okay? It's in the bio. If y'all would like to book a one-on-one with me, it's in the bio. If y'all would like to book the astrocartography with me, which is location astrology, to find out which places are the best places for you to live or travel in the world, it's in the bio. I am working on I am working on my ebook. I'm finishing it, okay? So the ebook is about how you have to shift your mindset to move abroad. The ebook is fire. I put my whole heart and soul into it. Y'all are going to want to get it. It's going to help reset your mind subconsciously and prepare you to move abroad. Can I get in the meetups with the nerds? LOL. Oh, the name of the group is damn. DM me. I don't want to tell everybody my business on here. DM me and I'll send it to you. Because it's a couple of them that I'm in on Facebook. But a lot of people watch this. I don't want to tell everybody my business, my secrets. You know what I'm saying, girl? Because they be nosy. Heading to Albania, going to find Kimberly. She's there. I talk to Kim all the time. Reach out to her. She'll definitely respond back. She there. But yes, if you guys need any assistance, make sure y'all tap in. Right now, I'm working on a master class that I'm putting together that where I'm gonna teach y'all and help y'all make money abroad. I'm gonna teach you how to make money virtually, how to make money from your phone. Because like I always tell y'all, there is no way that you should have a fucking phone and you on the internet and you on social media every day and you ain't making no money from your phone. Y'all need to be making money with your phone. And if you can make money from your phone, you ain't got to worry about clocking nobody's clock. You don't have to worry about that. You can make money strictly from your phone. That's what I do. I don't work. I'm not going back to a job. I am a job. I create my finances. I have a lot of faceless media pages, social media pages. I'm also working with some AI. And then I have all my other platforms as well. We do a little astrology, some identity shifting because I am a psychologist and an identity shifting coach. So I do a little bit of everything. And this is how y'all have to scale yourselves. You get what I'm saying? So I want y'all to get serious and get motivated. If you really want to move abroad, you can do this. You can do hard things. I love y'all, and I will see y'all next Thursday for the next episode. Next week, we will have a beautiful goddess. She is going to be a guest. Where is she again? Damn. I forgot where she is. I gotta check. But yes, we're gonna have a beautiful goddess that is abroad, and she's gonna be sharing her journey next Thursday. And then after that, we got somebody else, and then after that, we got somebody else. And y'all know we just gonna keep the motherfucking heat coming. If you are a person who moved abroad and you would like to share your journey on the page or on the podcast, just DM me and I'm gonna respond. I love y'all. Have a beautiful day. Peace.